That is Silent Lucidity by Queensryche. And it's a pretty interesting title there. A little piece of trivia for you about the title is that I have no idea what it means. Anyway, it's an interesting little intro to this song though, because if you look at the PDF, which I would highly recommend you have out in front of you while we go through this, it is in 15/16 time, or at least it begins in 15/16 time. And then it changes to 4/4 after 3 measures. Then you play in 4/4 for 3 measures. Then it changes back to 15/16 and then back to 4/4 for 1 measure each. Now 15/16 time is 1/16th note short of being the same as 4/4. So, and I'm going to talk about the rhythm a little bit more later, but it makes it feel like you skipped one of the 16th notes, and this is the trickiest part of this riff. The actual notes and music is not terribly difficult, especially if you have some experience. It's not going to be super challenging for you probably, but let's go through the riff, and what I'm going to tell you to do right now is just learn the notes and don't worry about the rhythm so much. Just learn the notes first and then figure out the rhythm, because the rhythm is the hardest part. So we're starting on these, we actually start with the open 3rd string, and I'm finger picking this, but you can also do this with a pick. I actually don't know how they play it, but doesn't matter, you can do it either way. And if you're going to finger pick this, you're just going to use your thumb on the 3rd string, index on the 2nd, and middle on the 1st string, and you're just going to use those 3 and move those up and down as needed as you go through the riff. So we start with our 2nd finger or 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the 1st string, and we play with our right hand. We play 3 1 2 3 1 2. So. And then we move down to the 5th fret with our 2nd finger, and we play string 1 2 3 1 2 3 and then 1. And then we repeat that measure exactly as we just played it. Now after this we jump down to the 2nd fret on the 4th string, and you're going to use your index finger. So that's why you want to use your 2nd finger here, so your 1st finger is free to play the 4th string 2nd fret. And then the 2nd finger is going to go on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, and you're going to play strings 4 1 2 4 1 2 4. Then your 3rd finger is going to come down here. It's going to play the 2nd string 3rd fret, so that you can play string 2 3 4 2 3 4 2. Like I said, have the music in front of you while you're going through this. Then we repeat that measure almost exactly the same. This is where the rhythm changes, the time signature changes from 15/16 into 4/4. So we repeat that measure, and then we just add the open 3rd string, at the end of that measure, because it's in 4/4 time now. Now we stay in 4/4 time, and we basically repeat what we just played, the first 2 measures of the piece, and we just add an open 2nd string at the end. So we'll play it like this. Now right here, changes back into 15/16 time. We're going to go back down here like we were before. And then the last measure changes back to 4/4 time, and we've got that open note at the end of the measure there. So that's how you play the piece. Now let's talk about the rhythm. 15/16 time means you're playing 15 16th notes per measure. So what it ends up feeling like rhythmically is that you've missed one of the notes. And if you listen carefully, you'll get that feeling. I'm going to kind of emphasize the downbeat of the next measure. I'm just going to play the first two measures over and over again, and hopefully you can feel what I'm talking about, that you're starting the next measure just slightly early. So here's what it sounds like. What you kind of want to hear, if it was in 4/4, it would sound like this. There isn't any sort of hiccup or this feeling of going into the next measure too soon. Now, the most common problem that I see with students learning this is that the last note in the measure tends to be held for too long. So you don't want to do this. Letting that note, the 5th fret right there, you don't want to let that ring out. You want to go straight into the next measure. And the first note in the next measure is a 8th note. So it's just slightly longer than all the other notes. So it should sound like this. That open note needs to follow immediately after that 5th fret that is played at the end of the measure. So it's an awkward thing to play. It's kind of hard to get that right if you've never played something like this before. So if it is a problem, what you can try to do is count. So the first note that you play is going to be two counts, 1, 2, and then every other note is just going to be 1 count. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 1, 2, and so on. The other thing that I would strongly recommend you do is just listen to this, the first 20-25 seconds of this song. Listen to it over and over so you kind of get the feel for how that goes, and you start to hear what it sounds like to skip over that 1/16th note that isn't in the measure. So here it is one more time. So that is a Silent Lucidity by Queensryche. Have fun playing it.